All right, we're back. Welcome, welcome. Please let me know if you could hear me. Hopefully, this is coming through loud and clear. All right, excellent. Thank you, John. Crude oil pushing on that $93 a barrel level. Sure haven't seen the prices come down at the pumps yet, that's for sure. Not here in California. Hello to you, Miles. All right, well, the report comes out about 2.5 minutes or so. Just to set the stage, as I usually do. The big chart on the right, that's Spotlight Master Suite. That's the one we'll be trading today. It's an 8-tick momentum bar. Every bar is 8 ticks. Target 1 is the primary objective. Target 2, of course, is the optimal objective. But target 1 is what we're trying to get to, at least as a minimum target, as long as it's 10 ticks or greater. On the lower left corner is Counterpunch Trader, the 377 tick chart. The chart you've seen me trade for so many years. Transitioned over to Spotlight with the 8-tick momentum bar. And in the upper left corner, an alternative that one can trade, the unleaded gas futures contract, a 20-tick momentum bar using Spotlight. Anyone trading the charts on the left, I'm going to assume you know what you're doing. I won't really be following those or paying much attention to them. So when the report comes out right at 8:30 my time, actually 7:30 my time, what am I thinking? 10:30 world time, New York time. Well, world centers around New York. We'll wait 2 minutes and then we'll start looking for trades. So that's how it works. If you have any questions, well, you got about 10 seconds to ask them. Other than that, we'll be paying attention. The report's coming out in about 30 seconds or so. We'll see it. One technique is to use this full chart, this crude oil chart, but place your trades on the micro. You could do that. You could just use the micro chart. I just think that the full crude oil chart, I just like it more. It's got more volume also. All right, anyway, a few seconds here and we'll see the reaction, assuming there is one. There it is. Call it the splat of bars. All these bars printed all within no time, a nanosecond. That's why we wait 2 minutes. So still within the first minute, a lot could happen between now and our 2-minute wait time finishes. We will need to pay attention to this pink trade here. It's a short at 93.72, although there's still plenty of time where that could come off. But at this point, that is the valid setup, depending on what happens in the next 30 seconds. Definitely sitting on a lot of support right there at 93.75. So 93.72 is the short. That's the one we want to get in sync with. 93.72. It's targeting 93.51 and the stop's at 94.01. Looks like it might have went a little bit too fast. Well, it triggered in now. $94.01 is the stop. Pretty messy looking chart. You can see that 75-cent level really throwing up the support, and it stabbed down to 60 a few times. $93.39 is your target too. Looks like it's going to come up and test that upper end, and it did, unfortunately. That one's stopping out. Awfully messy chart. So the failure to get higher now could test the lower end. You could see it on that 75-cent. And unfortunately, well, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, that's a short trade that you could adjust the entry down, but you can see that it's grayed out due to the squeeze zone filter. So we don't really mess with that. We just kind of follow those signals here. I teach you some nuances, but it's a trade plan decision, and ultimately gray means flat, so we're going to ride this one out. Although the failure to get higher could lead to a move lower, but it looks like, who knows? I'll let that one go. $0.75, a sticky number. As you can see, the price has vacillated up and down around it. So that one crashed through and did hit its target. So there's a short, heads up. That's at 93.59, guys. Let's see if it keeps heading lower. 93.59. The stop is at 93.86. It's targeting 43 as your first target. It did hit 43. Move your stops to break even. Your next target is 33 and then 23. Let's see if we can get there. Get these trades placed, and calling them at the same time isn't easy when the market moves fast like this. So almost at target 2. Can it hit target 2? It's reached down there and missed by a couple ticks. Targets 2 and 3 reached. Make sure you're moving your stop lower. 93.46. And now the stop's at 41. 93.41. If anyone's going to target 4, that's going to be 93.13. And now the stop at 93.36, 93.36. Yeah. And target 4. Nailed it. 93.33. The stop is now at 27. 93.27. Down to 93.01. Anyone trailing this? 93.01. 92.90. Can't even call it fast enough. 92.88. 92.88, guys, a stop. And it got as high as 87. So still going. 88's a stop. It stabbed up to 87. And there it is. It actually stopped out at 73. So if you're still at 88, you might still be in the trade. Move your stop to 81. Done. All right. There it is. Mark it out. Get out of the trade. It's over. There you go, everyone. Unfortunate. Couple things happened here. Obviously, waiting the 2 minutes caught us up into the mess. There was an earlier version where you wait 5 minutes. That's not what we do here. We wait 2 minutes. And if you waited 5 minutes, you would have just been one and done because you would have caught the trade that won. But, you know, we've been only waiting 2 minutes for years now. So it's a style thing. You can test it on your own and decide maybe waiting 5 minutes is better. But the 2 minute wait time, unfortunately, got us caught up into the scrum here. But notice this. This is a big thing that we talk about all the time. It broke out to a new high with no follow through and with a real bearish bar. A lot of price rejection right up there into the 200 descending moving average. The failure to get higher often sets up a large move in the opposite direction. How many times have you heard me say that? And that's exactly then what happened. We got the short trade, and that is, I think that qualifies as a pretty sizable move in the opposite direction, wouldn't you say? There you go. You could live on that pattern alone. I mean, you could learn how to just be like a ninja trader in the grass, hiding out, waiting for those situations to occur, and then wait for the opposite setup, the setup in the opposite direction. And you can learn how to master that and get really good at it. And that could become your method of trading, regardless of what strategy you use. Just a thought. Something we've talked about a lot over the years. Anyway, guys, let me know if you have any questions about that. Clearly, if you wanted another trade, the green trade was also a winner. I see you get a purple trade on the CLL, but I didn't get the same. Yeah, let's look at the crude. Let's look at this. Yeah, so that you have to turn on your add-on trades. See, what happened with that, PD Legend, is that the system was short in the green trade here, and it's tracking the green trade. But with this plan, we also use the additional setups. They're called add-on trades. We're not using them as add-on trades. They're just additional setups. So you have to turn them on in your calculator. So for example, I don't know if you got Counterpunch Express or Counterpunch Trader. They're in both. Either one, where it says show add-ons, you want to set that to true, and then you'll see those additional trades. And the way we use it with this plan for the crude oil report is we're going to take the first fresh new trade, whether it's an add-on or not, at our start time. So here we are. Let's go to the edge of the chart here. We don't know what's going to happen, right? The report comes out. You wait your 2 minutes, and then there's your setup at 10:32. So now this green trade is the trade, except that it comes up and stops out, because once it closes at its stop and the stop is here, then now that trade, well, let's see, did it trigger in 93.58, 93.59? It did not trigger in. And so when it closes at or above its stop, that trade is canceled. Okay, so that trade's canceled, and now you're waiting for a new setup. You're not going to go retro back to this trade. You're just waiting for a new setup, and it happens on the purple trade. That becomes the first trade of the session, and it does trigger in. That's how you do the plan. That's how we've done it for years. Short at 93.49, you're targeting target 2, 92.80. Target 1 is your money management, where you move your stop to break even. And you could see it was one and done. It was a beautiful trade. Stabbed down and hit that target right on the nail, right there. But there's a lot of risk too. I mean, you could be trading the micro, but that's a 57 tick risk. On the full contract, it's $570 a contract, but it made $690 at target 2. You also have to know how to trail, because the calculator is still trailing the primary setup. That one didn't stop out. So you have to know when it hits target 1 to move your stop to break even. Now you could open up the calculator. This is not in Counterpunch Express 2, but in Counterpunch Trader, you could put the start time at 10:32 and literally make that purple trade the primary trade. Like this. See? Now it's a primary trade. Notice it's a different shade of purple. I don't know how that projects, but this is the power of the full tool. The full Counterpunch Trader gives you so much flexibility. You don't see anything to the left because it doesn't care about any of that. It waits to your start time, and then it shows you the trade, the next active trade, and it starts tracking. And now you have the trailer, and you have it working for you all the way down. Look at target 3. It's like we saw how perfectly accurate the targets were on so many charts this morning with different approaches. Look at how it's pre-calculated when the setup happens, like right there on the right edge. And then it goes up. So you can see it's still tracking the white trade, and you can see the add-on trades inside of the white trade, which we wouldn't care about. Now it just hit target 1, and when this bar closes, you'll see the stop move up and lock in. Just have to wait for the 377 ticks to finish, and then when the bar closes, you'll see the calculator move the stop. There it is. See, it just moved the stop right to there. Yeah, so it's okay. I mean, look, you could trade this with Counterpunch Express too. It actually makes you a better trader, because you don't rely on the tools as a crutch. It forces you to think through the strategy. So you turn on the add-ons, you get your trade. You should know when you get to target 1, you move your stop, and how to trail the signal line. So you're not moving your stop to break even if the signal line is lower. You're going to put that stop 2 ticks above the signal line, plus or minus key level adjustments, right? These are things you learn and you practice. And if you're using Counterpunch Express, it actually forces your brain to memorize, and it becomes like riding a bike, so that it becomes a reflex, and then you never have to think about these concepts. You just start doing them naturally, and you become a better trader as a result. So there are benefits to starting with Counterpunch Express before moving to the full Counterpunch Trader. But once you've learned all that, then you can rely on the Counterpunch Trader tools, which really, it's stacked. It could do a lot more. I mean, that's just one cool thing it can do, but it can do a lot more, obviously. On unleaded gas, let's take a quick look. because this one has just been a really good performer for a long time, ever since we introduced it. So waiting your 2 minutes, of course, to see what happens. 2 minutes, and it looks to me like this goes too fast. So you're saved on this trade because there's no way to execute it. It stops out. Then you get this trade, and this one gives you plenty of time. And that comes up and hits a perfect target 3 and one and done on unleaded gas this morning. And then the big sell-off, of course. But you're already finished before that happens. And after the good moves comes the consolidation. That's why power of quitting is so important, because it gets you out of the way with your profits in hand. We don't need to be heroes. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I'd really appreciate it. This is your chance to ask questions before I say goodbye. Don't forget, we've got a live training, free training this Saturday, 2 p.m. And I'm really excited about it because I sent out some questions to our members, asking them what holds them back as traders and what baby step would they like to do next to help them get closer to their goals. And the answers were enlightening. They're amazing. We're going to be going through that at the training. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to unpack, and I'm excited about it. So if you guys want to join me on that, you're certainly welcome. Just jump on the Discord channel and grab the registration link if you haven't received it in the email. I don't have it with me here to post in the chat, otherwise I would. Well, if you want to hold on a second, I'll grab it. Actually, I will before we say goodbye. Give me a moment. Thank goodness for modern technology making it easy to move things from one computer to the other. I happen to have this handy on my other computer, so here you go. Free training. You're welcome to join. There's your registration link. And I don't see any questions, so I guess we're finished. Hope you guys enjoyed the sessions this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget, John will be in here with you guys tomorrow. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, everyone.